Hello Libra, welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Star card. Wow, this is a pretty heavy way to start. Blessings, right? Bliss. This is going to be very, very nice. I feel like the stars are really aligning for you in your life right now. This is a card that says you have a very strong connection with spirit, that you probably have a very intense spiritual practice. Okay. You probably even do your own tarot or divination of some other kind. I feel like you have maybe intense, rituals of prayer or meditation or a lot of other ways that you connect with the spiritual energies. Okay, I feel like there is a important opportunity that's opening up for you right now in your life. Yeah, you're somebody that has done a lot of that sort of internal spiritual work too, the karmic work. Right, the star has two phases. The first phase of the Star card is allowing the light to come in, right, and show us where our buttons are. The divine light, the light of awareness, the spiritual consciousness, shows us where our knots of karma may be, our weak spots, our buttons. And once we start working on those, once we start looking at them and trying to unravel them, this light, phase 2, the light starts to shine out into the world. And we're able to see our path forward. We're able to be a more and more clear conduit of that spiritual light. The star energy is what creates out of all of us the magician, right? So to me, this is a card that's saying you have a very unique opportunity in your life right now to create your world, to change your life, to change your world, to shine your light, or perhaps to see the light that's shining in front of you and choosing to step in that new direction, choosing to follow your North Star, follow your divine light. Yeah. Navigating by starlight here. Let's put this card into a little bit of context and see where this energy is taking you, or what it may be, what else it may be indicating, all right? Oh, we've got the entire universe now. We have an Ace of Wands, the Tower, and there is your Justice or Adjustment card, the Libra Power card. Look at that. Very nice. You are in perfect alignment right now. You are in balance. Right? You have done this karmic work, and I think now really Spirit is showing you the entire world and saying, where do you want to go? Right? What do you want to do? 7 of Cups in the future position. That's going to be very important. Because the 7 of Cups is you recognizing those places that you do not want to go. Right? The 7 of Cups is saying, let's not step into any swamps. Let's not get into any quicksand here, right? And so what we have to really do is follow that starlight, and the starlight will prevent you from stepping in the you-know-what, Also, Libra, if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right, let's finish up our cards. Path of the Serpent. We have a Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 6 of Cups, and the Lovers card. Interesting. This I don't feel that this is necessarily a romantic reading. It could be. If that is what the situation it feels like for you, then this energy really does fit, okay? But the Tower back here kind of says that you've gotten away from something that wasn't working for you. That this is one of those knots of karma, right? That we untie that knot quick, right? This was a situation that that you very abruptly let go of. It's in your rear view mirror, right? It could be a breakup. It could be leaving a job. It could be leaving your home. It could be anything. It was a significant change, okay? And it's fairly recent, okay? I feel that this happened, within the last few months, I'd say. And, well, it's sort of given you a lot of freedom, right? We've got that universe card. It's opened up many, many doors. It's given you infinite possibilities. Now, this is something we did not want. This was a very abrupt change. There was there's a Tower moment in your life. Okay, it could either lead us toward another kind of swampy situation, or it could lead us really to uniting with that true love, uniting with our true selves, which is also indicated here in this sort of equilibrium of this Libra energy up here. So I think that this is a major blessing for you. I think Spirit wants you to follow the starlight to your true self, to your true love, if this is a soulmate situation, or to your true purpose, and not get stuck in the mud. Because the mud probably was what you had back here, and then you had to do a whole Tower thing to get out of it, right? So don't just repeat the same pattern. And Spirit's saying, if you've learned your lesson, if you've done the karmic work, then you'll avoid this, and you'll follow the starlight to what you are meant for, to what your destiny is. But the way the universe card works, it's Spirit's way of saying you can do anything you want. The choice is yours. If you're going to repeat this cycle again and get into that Seven of Cups and then have to do another Tower thing at some point, totally your prerogative. Well, let's select our mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. So look at that. Got a couple of volunteers here. We have the Sun, and we have another Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Now, our mystery card is going to go right here with Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. Now, if you have a prediction for that mystery card, please put it in the comments down below. Okay? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise of intuition. Yeah. All right. Let's take a look around the room. We've got quite a bit of major arcana, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we get an extra one, a 6. That's a lot. I mean, this is really, this is rare. A lot of the energy is aligning for you. And I think that this is the week, let's give it a time frame. Let's say this is a week. We got the Sun, the Sun card here, which kind of, to me makes me think of a cycle of time. Of course, the Seven of Cups. This is a moment of, I think, a really major decision for you. Yeah, the opportunity. It's kind of like all the doors are open. Are you going to choose the door that's going to take you kind of right back to what you just had to get away from? Are we going to repeat this again? Or are you going toward your true love, true self, the soulmate, your true purpose, right? Now, let's clear this up before we get too far into the reading. It's the Lover's card. It doesn't mean that you're going to get married. It might. It doesn't mean that you're going to meet your soulmate. It might. It doesn't have to be a romantic thing, but it very well could be. This is the card about you choosing what you are meant to unite with while avoiding everything else, right? And Spirit now is guiding you toward your true self, your true love, your true purpose, your soulmate, whatever this is. This is what you are inspired by. This is what you are choosing. This is the thing, the idea, the energy that is meant for you, to the exclusion of all that other nonsense. Okay? So we can put this into the sort of the metaphor of a relationship. That you just got out of a very bad relationship. It took a tower moment to end it. And Spirit now is, of course, giving you wide open opportunities. You can choose anything you want. You're free of that past relationship. You're free to do anything, right? Are you going to choose to get into another kind of bad relationship? Another toxic situation? Maybe we're talking about careers. Maybe we're talking about living situations or friendships or anything, whatever it is. But the context of a romantic relationship seems to make sense. You can choose to get back into another toxic situation if you want. That's your free will, right? But it is going to be a karmic lesson for you. Because I think that you've probably done this flow of energy here a few times, right? A very sort of difficult ending, a challenging transition, and then the freedom of choice. Well, we tend to repeat ourselves in life, don't we? We tend to get ourselves into similar situations because they're familiar. So let's avoid that this time. This is the right alignment of energy for you. Look at this alignment here. Your will, your star, your true self. Showing you how to get to exactly what is meant for you. This is now saying no to all forms of toxicity and having the clarity. We got this bonus card of the sun here. Having the clarity to see the difference between your soulmate, your true love, and just a repeat of a toxic thing. Okay? So you have the discernment, and especially with that Libra energy, you have the discernment to know which is which. And we're getting 2 Queens of Pentacles too, which I think is very significant. It's an echo saying, look at the past, remember the past. And it's saying, wait a minute, no, remember the past. It's like the Spirit's telling you twice. Remember the past. Because I feel like you're just about to step in this again. Some bovine excrement, some toxic sludge, right? Just about to step in this again. That's why Spirit threw out another Queen of Pentacles to say, wait a minute, remember the past. Remember what just happened. Remember how bad that tower event was when you had to get out of this situation. Don't do it again, Libra, right? Time to leave the past behind you and rise up into your very best energy with clarity and get to your true love. And maybe this is a job, maybe this is a friendship. This would be uniting with your true purpose in life. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're looking for romance or not. Your sense of purpose. Choosing what you're inspired by. Right? Choosing to unite with what you're inspired by. Knowing what your purpose is in life and then choosing to do it. Yeah. So we got a lot of major arcana. Anyway, a lot of majors. We got fire, we've got water, we've got air, and we've got our 2 earth cards down here. But of course, the earth cards really are this very practical cards looking at the past, yeah. So we talked about the universe card as being the wide open choices, right? It's sort of like the infinitude of choice. And sometimes this creates a little bit of loneliness too, this card. In the vast reaches of infinite space, it could be a little lonely. So there is a tendency here to sort of just take the first thing that we see, to accept the first opportunity that comes along. a person, a place, a thing, whatever. And sometimes it's going to be maybe an instant gratification, but it's going to end up being toxic. See, we don't always know. We can't always see the 7 of Cups. Sometimes it looks like a 6 of Cups. Right? And so we see something that may look appealing, and it may be satisfying for a time, but it doesn't last long. Okay? It decays very quickly. Okay? But if this is, let's say, the Tower is the loss of a job, then we're kind of out here in the middle of nowhere. It's like, I got to just take the first thing that I can get. You know? What is purpose to an empty wallet, you know? Kind of have to do what I need to do to make ends meet. I don't have time to worry about purpose or a true love or a soulmate, you know. So we tend to attach ourselves to, or we tend to choose whatever is nearest to us. That's going to do it, you know. And very often there's no other options, you know. I think you're getting a very interesting choice before you right now. And that's why I want to put a time frame on it. I'll say it's a week, right? The next week. This alignment's going to be here for you. And I think that you're going to recognize the difference between a couple of things in your life. While this sun is shining, you're going to be able to see what may be nearest to you is going to be toxic. What may be a little bit further away is going to be your true love, your soulmate, that perfect thing. Okay? And so I feel like you've got at least 2 choices in your life right now. One is the thing that's closest to you. In other words, you can have this right now, but it's going to be toxic. Or you could take the one thing that's going to take a little bit longer to get, or it's a little bit further away. And so I don't know if it's a job or if it's just kind of, it's going to be slower to get it, or there's some other kind of distance there, right? But it's going to be the right thing. Okay? Now, underneath the surface, we've got the Ace of Wands. You're somebody with a lot of power, control, self-control. I think that you have a kind of a natural ability to discipline yourself, to say yes or no to things. That you don't need to always go after that instant gratification, right? You kind of understand that sometimes it's better to wait a little bit of time to get what you really, really want, rather than just grab something now just because, you know, you're hungry, right? I used to have this problem a lot. I used to drive for a living, you know. And I would say, well, I'm really hungry right now. It'd be really easy to just stop at one of these fast food places and get something to eat, right? Or I could just hold out, wait till I get home, and I could cook a really healthy dinner, you know. And it's a matter of being able to withstand that hunger. Yeah, I guess I could have taken some food with me in the car from home, but whatever. The idea, though, is that we have a natural ability to focus our attention, to sort of to see what is going to be the better option for us. It's willpower, is what it is, you know. This is the will. The willpower is going to be like a 9 of Wands, right? But this is the will. And this is underneath the surface, so I think that this is kind of what everything rests on today, is your will, right? And I think we all go through fluctuations in life where our willpower may be really low for a time, especially during the holidays, right? My willpower is next to nothing, yeah. But then there are other times in life, and I think it really is kind of a cyclic thing. We have very strong willpower, where we can set our intentions on something and we can follow through with it, and we do it. Yeah. And I think you're somebody right now that has a lot of willpower, especially with this tower, because I feel like you were able to get through this situation. Now, this was bad. This was kind of a chaotic thing. And I feel like it sort of upended your life. This was just, maybe this was you quitting a job or maybe being laid off, being let go. It was kind of sudden. I don't think it was something that you had planned on happening. Whether or not you initiated it, I'm not really sure. I kind of feel that you did. I feel that this was you quitting, or this was you breaking up with somebody, or this was you, initiating a very significant change in your life of some kind. Okay. And of course, with our 10 of Swords here in the environment, in terms of your relationships, you ended a relationship with someone or something. And I think it was just like that. It was overnight. It was just cold turkey. It was just done. Yeah. And I think it's because you had this surge of willpower, this surge of will, and you just said enough is enough. I think it was toxic. I think whatever the relationship was, whether it was with a person or with a thing or with whatever, it wasn't good for you. And you recognized that, and you said, I'm done. Okay. And now, of course, that happened, the dust settles, and now we're here in the universe sort of floating around, wondering what to do with ourselves. And we could very easily stumble into this again. And this is that pattern. This is that cycle of karma. We don't want to keep repeating the same patterns. Okay? Shitty relationship, bad breakup. Shitty relationship, bad breakup. I'm not going to say it again. I think I'll get in trouble. But going up here to this Libra energy, I feel like your true self is really, really a powerful force in your life right now. And I think it is your true self that is showing you what this cycle, what this pattern, right, what this knot of karma was, so that you can have clarity, you can see what it has been, and you can make a solid judgment going forward to not do that, not step in that again, but to go all the way and get what's really, really meant for you. So the Libra energy becomes our judgment, becomes our ability to say, that's toxic, that's poison, I'm not going to get into a relationship with that. Okay? Just because you're hungry doesn't mean you have to eat the poison, right? So this becomes your ability to pass judgment on everything, every moment. Now, maybe you're not judging something's intrinsic value. Be like, well, yeah, that person probably going to be in a perfectly fine relationship with someone else, just not me. So we're judging the relative value of something, not its intrinsic value. This is the card of discernment. This is the card of you being in your true self energy, just being balanced within yourself. You don't need, you may be hungry, but you don't need to eat right now, It would be nice, I would like it, but I can wait. And so you feel like you are a whole being. Your aura feels very strong and very intact right now. Yeah. So don't let that poisonous energy in. Don't let that toxic Seven of Cups energy in. And sometimes it's hard because we feel that hunger, we feel that desire. And of course we want it. We think that's going to feel good. That's going to taste good right now. Maybe you might be sick later, but, But I think right now that you recognize that, and you're comfortable with yourself. It's like this is someone who loves themselves. This is somebody who is comfortable being alone, don't need anything else. It will be nice, but I'm not going to settle for any bovine excrement. I'm not going to settle for any Bravo Sierra, right? And this Seven of Cups is the very center of the tarot table today. This is the axis mundi. This is the galactic center. This is the pole star. Everything else every other card is swirling around this Seven of Cups. And that's basically your ability now to see things for what they really are. You can see poison as poison, even if it looks like a delicious apple. You have this sort of X-ray vision right now. You can see it, and that's poison. That's toxic. And this is that X-ray, glasses that you don't always have. Not everybody gets them. Right now you have them. So it's a perfect time for you to go through your life and look at everything around you and see what is good for you and what is not. And let's start making changes, right? Let's start making decisions on that. And I think that's why we got this bonus sun card here. Because this sun card is kind of like the actual reality glasses. You know what I'm saying? Everyone thinks virtual reality. No, you're getting the actual reality glasses. You can see that this Seven of Cups, it may be masquerading as a beautiful, delicious apple, but you can see how toxic that is. Because you got those actual reality glasses. And I think that this is almost a spiritual awareness that is here now. We don't know how long it's going to last. Let's take advantage of it now. Okay? Let's get rid of those toxic relationships, toxic friendships, toxic habits. Let's get through a lot of these cycles of karma. I think this is a time of you sort of cleaning house, really. Yeah. Let's talk about the path of the serpent. Yeah. And as we do this, of course, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost anything, but it supports the channel, and I appreciate that. So your general energy is both of these Queen of Pentacles. Okay. You may want to check out the Virgo reading that we did, that came out. The most recent one, because these are both Virgo energies, okay? So that might be very significant for you. The Queen of Pentacles is looking at the past. And it's like you're just being hammered with it. The past. Remember the past. Look at the past. Learn your lessons. Learn your lesson. Learn your lesson. Spirit just keeps repeating that. Okay? Remember the past. Remember the past. And it's kind of like saying, remember when you had that toxic relationship. Don't ever forget that. It's in your rear view mirror now, yeah, but you're never going to forget that experience. Because then, somehow, you're going to stumble into it again. Right? We'll never forget. So I think that this is sort of repeating, too, because I kind of feel as if there's not just one thing, that there are a few different things that you got to put in your rearview mirror right now. And this is that moment. This is kind of like that spring cleaning. This is like we're cleaning house for the next few days. Let's get rid of all sorts of toxic stuff. Let's look underneath our kitchen sink and let's throw out everything that's poison. Let's look in our fridge. Let's get rid of it. Let's look at our relationships. Let's get it going. There's a lot of things that you're putting in the rear view right now. Okay? And as we're also doing that, we're learning how to avoid accumulating more junk. We're learning our lesson here. Now, of course, the 10 of Swords in the environment, in your relationships, this is exactly that. We're putting an ending on things. Some things have an expiration date, and we're throwing them out. You can't eat it. It's old, right? It's become poison, right? So we're sort of cutting ties with things. And I think that this is freeing you in a way. Sometimes the 10 of Swords is the card of the birdcage, right? We're sort of getting out of there. We're leaving behind a lot of these things that have been weighing you down, holding you down, these toxic things. Yeah. And there's at least one of them. I think there are probably two. And this is kind of saying enough is enough. We're cutting the cord. Yeah. And this is never easy. Of course, the tower events, tower moments are never easy either. But the tower moment is worth it. Having all of that sort of chaos and the aggravation and frustration of a tower moment is worth it if you are putting an ending to some toxic things in your life. Because with this 10, we've realized that we don't want to nourish ourselves on this anymore. There's no meat on the bones here. There's nothing worthwhile in these things anymore. And that sun is really shedding light. You have this enlightened consciousness right now. Your mind, your third eye is wide open. And you're seeing a lot of things in your life that, wow, I never knew it really looked like that. Something that I've been doing that has not been nourishing to me. So we're able to put an end to that. Okay. Now, our next card, the card of the difficulty or the obstacle, is the Six of Cups, right? And the Six of Cups is, well, in this case, I kind of feel like it is the memory. Now, I don't very often interpret the Six of Cups as the card of memories, right? I think sometimes it is an ideal. I think sometimes it is this card of pleasure and of community, a sense of tranquility, this sort of happiest I've ever been, right? And in this case, the obstacle here is for us to avoid this kind of nostalgia, which again brings us back to the queens of pentacles that are looking at the past. Because what if we look at the past and we think, I really miss that person, or I miss that thing, or I miss doing that thing? Because it was so good, it was so fun, it was so perfect, it was bliss, it was tranquility, I loved it, it felt so good. It was just perfect, you know? And I have talked about my struggle with alcohol in the past, you know? And there are always times where I will think of those days where I was drinking heavily, and sometimes I'll get a little glimpse of this Six of Cups, and I'll think, oh, those were the good old days. Wait a minute, no, they weren't. Sometimes we remember things, or we sort of romanticize, or we idealize the past, and we think, oh, those were the good old days. And it's, you know, you think of maybe this toxic person that you kicked out of your life, this toxic relationship, you broke up with somebody. And then years later, you find yourself thinking, oh, that was the best relationship I ever had. Oh, that was perfect, right? No, it wasn't. Right? So we have to be careful of this. I think this is why the card here is our difficulty, our obstacle card. Because the solution is not in the past. In other words, you're supposed to remember the past for what it really is, and not thinking that we need to go back there and do it again because, oh, it was so nice. No, it wasn't. That's why Spirit's saying twice here, remember the past. Remember what it really was, right? And not what our brain, our mind kind of formulates this perfect picture of what it was, and then we think, oh, I got to go back to that person, or I got to go back to that bottle, or whatever it is, right? Because what we're looking for is not in the past. Okay, but we want to remember what that was and never forget what it really looked like, so that we don't go searching for it again in that same place. Okay, there's a reason why they're your ex. You know what I mean? Because the solution is going forward to something, I think, that is new, something that is beautiful, something that is harmonious, something that is, I mean, it feels like bliss. It feels like two things coming together. in absolute harmony, the perfect sort of complements to each other. It could be you with your career path, you with your sense of purpose. It could be you and your soulmate, your true love. Okay. And this is really a perfect union. Okay. I want to look at the mystery card. I want to see if this gives us a confirmation, but maybe maybe an idea of what this is. If it is a career kind of thing, if it is a sense of purpose, if it's a mission in life, or if it is anything, I'm feeling this is either going to be Pentacles, or it's going to be a major arcana card giving us a zodiac sign that maybe you can sort of consider. Because we have the Virgo energy here, but I feel like that's maybe suggesting that you watch the Virgo reading. Let's see what this card is. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments, okay? Oh, it's the Ace of Swords. This is, definitely watch the Virgo reading. Okay, you'll see a synchronicity there. This is a sense of purpose. This is a mission, right? And this, I think, is this is what really is. I think that this is kind of like you're taking this up as your life's work, and that's what this union is. I don't know that it is romantic at all. I feel like this is a sense of purpose. And maybe the Libra energy, that Justice card is part of it as well. Yeah. I feel like you're picking up this sword. This is your mission. This is your truth. This is your sense of purpose. Maybe it's a social issue. I feel like you are uniting with your destiny, with your true path and what you're meant to do in life. Yeah. I don't feel that it's necessarily romantic at all now. I feel like it's a purpose. Yeah, it's a divine path. It is your mission in life. And now we're going to do an extended reading if you want to stick around for that. There's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Libra Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.